Greetings, everyone. I am James Marcuzzo. It is week 1 of the KSS, and this is a video about the Declaration of Independence. I'm going to read a little section of it, and I'm going to break it down for you because it's relevant and important. I'll try to keep it short. Before I start, though, the Declaration of Independence is not a governing document. It is a statement of values. It's also a breakup letter with the British Empire, King George, I believe. It's a statement of values that sort of undergirds all the things that came after it. It's also incredibly relevant and useful for analyzing and comparing and contrasting with other documents in this class. There is specifically going to be an element of the Thomas Frank article, and I think week 9, where maybe 8 or 9, where there's somebody who's going to disagree specifically with the opening statement here. I think it's Adino Adis of Tulane University. So you can kind of plan for that. So this is going to be useful because you can talk about values as the weekly assignments come up and as other documents discuss, don't discuss, refer to or do not refer to, or contradict or agree with this. So it's short, it's useful. Familiarize yourself with it. Also, if you live in America, it's kind of important that you know this stuff. Because what if you disagree with this? It's a bit of a problem. Okay, we hold these truths to be self-evident, meaning they exist without needing to be defended. That all men, we interpret that now as people, all men, all people are created equal. Not to say that they are completely equal in all ways, but they have a fundamental, and this is complicated, right? They either have a fundamental value in the sense that we all have some sort of spirit or soul, if you want to get a little metaphysical / religious about it, or, and preferably, I think, we are all created equal before the law. Rich or poor, whatever your skin color, whatever your gender, whatever group you might be affiliated with, before the law, we're all the same. That's important. We haven't always held up to that, but we have constantly tried to get closer to that eventual end goal. We're all created equal. We're endowed by a creator, not a particular god, not a Christian god or a Jewish god or one of the Hindu gods or Buddha, just a creator, right? A creator with certain unalienable rights, rights that are so profoundly ours we can't give them away and they cannot be taken from us. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, among people, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, right? So that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. That specifically jabs at some traditional versions of authority, right? Either the mandate of heaven or the divine right of kings. Any of you Game of Thrones fans, right? This kind of makes sense because, right? Why did one particular bloodline have to rule? Well, because someone along the way said that God or some higher power ordained it. This document is saying, no, that is not a legitimate form of power. Governments are created by people to serve their own interests, to protect their life, liberty, and the pursuit of their happiness. So these governments are instituted from us and deriving their just powers from us. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, when a government does not support life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, it is the right of the people to alter, like the amendment process, or abolish that government, and then to create a new one that does protect life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? So these are not laws. These are just claims made by our founders. And so I hope you actually spend some time to think, does this make sense to you? Do you agree with this? Because there are academics, philosophers, people that don't. Right? They don't think there are any such things as truths that are self-evident. Certainly we're not all created equal. I mean, technically we're not. Biologically we're not. That there are no such thing as unalienable rights. Right, so this is a claim, and so consider it as such. and familiarize yourself with this document because it will continue to be useful for you in the coming weeks of the class. Okay. 5 minutes, pretty good. Enjoy your week.